Liebe Freunde der Freiheit, heute ist mir der Durchbruch gelungen. Ich bin ganz happy und zwar gleich in zweierlei Hinsicht. Mir ist es heute, heute früh war ich noch unentschlossen, gehe ich nun nochmal nach Belgrad oder fahre ich jetzt weiter nach Budapest oder Bratislava. Und dann hat es mich gepackt wegen der Schallwellenwaffe, die da eingesetzt worden sein soll. Bin ich dann doch noch mal nach Belgrad. Eigentlich habe ich sogar 3 Durchbrüche heute erreicht. Bin dort in die Uniklinik und mir ist es tatsächlich dort gelungen, ein Opfer und einen Zeugen dieses angeblichen, müssen wir trotzdem immer noch sagen, Schallwaffenvorfalls oder Angriffs dort zu befragen. Dazu aber später mehr. Denn da gibt es trotzdem noch ein paar Fragezeichen und da gibt es auch noch viel mehr darüber zu berichten. Worüber ich jetzt eigentlich euch berichten möchte, das sind die 2 anderen Durchbrüche. Denn als ich dann schon mal in Belgrad war, habe ich gesagt, okay, jetzt fahre ich noch mal zum Camp und probiere es noch ein 4. Mal hier reinzukommen. Und diesmal ist es mir gelungen. Ich bin tatsächlich auf das Camp gekommen und konnte sogar nach langen Gesprächen mit 2 dieser Mitstreiter hier, also Mitstreiter, Demonstranten meine ich natürlich, hier ein Interview führen. Und natürlich auf Englisch, das heißt, ich werde das im Nachgang dann wieder für euch versuchen zu übersetzen. Ich zeige euch aber trotzdem im Original erstmal die 2 Interviews in Englisch. Bitte nicht wundern, ich filme mich während des Interviews, weil aus Sicherheitsgründen, das habt ihr ja schon mehrfach nun hier in Belgrad erlebt, auf beiden Seiten wollen diejenigen möglichst nicht gefilmt werden und auch deren Namen darf ich nicht nennen, damit sie keine Konsequenzen, keine Repressalien hier im Nachgang befürchten müssen. Deswegen nicht wundern, also ich filme mich und frage dann immer, gehe mit dem Mikrofon rüber zu dem Interviewpartner, den ich ja gefragt habe. Das waren also 2 unterschiedliche. Der eine spricht sehr gut Englisch, der andere nicht so ganz so gut. Aber trotzdem denke ich, sind die Interviews beide wertvoll. Es ist interessant zu sehen, was die Seiten sich gegenseitig so vorwerfen. Das war also der erste Durchbruch, der mir hier heute gelungen ist. Und der zweite war, ich bin hier zufällig mit 3 jungen Mädchen, die ich vor dem Camp zufällig direkt am Eingang getroffen habe, hier ins Camp rein, weil wir sind so ins Gespräch gekommen. Ich habe mich gewundert, was die hier machen. Und da habe ich erfahren, dass das Schülerinnen sind, die nicht zur Schule gehen, weil nicht nur die Universitäten, sondern auch die Highschools, also die, was wir sagen würden, Oberschulen, sind ebenfalls geschlossen. Diese 3 Mädchen sind also von der anderen Seite, von der, wenn man so möchte, Anti-Vucic-Demonstration von den Studenten dort. Und demonstrieren auch oder unterstützen die Studenten bei ihren Protesten und gehen eben auch nicht zur Schule, weil die schon seit 3 Monaten geschlossen sind. Und die konnte ich überreden, beziehungsweise haben die mich überredet, sie mit aufs Camp zu nehmen. Und da bin ich also hier mit denen rein und da haben wir natürlich ein paar böse Blicke geerntet, logischerweise, ist ja verständlich. Die hatten ja auch jede Menge Schilder und Buttons an ihrer Kleidung. War natürlich, ich habe dann versucht, ziemlich schnell die Lage zu sondieren, damit die verstehen, warum und dass ich aber als Journalist hier bin und eben nicht diese Position der Mädchen vertrete. Und dann konnten wir das so weit beruhigen, die Lage. Also das war jetzt nicht wirklich heikel, die waren natürlich provoziert, logisch verständlich und waren jetzt nie gerade angetan davon. Aber es war zu keinem Zeitpunkt irgendwie drohte es zu eskalieren oder aggressiv zu werden oder gewalttätig zu werden. Und nachdem wir alle die Situation beruhigen konnten, da ist was Wunderbares passiert und das hörte dann gleich auch am Ende des ersten Interviews. Dann sind nämlich beide Seiten miteinander ins Gespräch gekommen. Und auch wenn sie unterschiedlicher Meinung natürlich in vielen Punkten waren, aber sie haben nicht sich gegenseitig beschimpft, sie haben auch nicht gegenseitig irgendwie sich mit Flaschen oder Ähnlichem beworfen, nein, sondern sie haben miteinander gesprochen. Und das war, also mir ist ein Herz aufgegangen und ich hoffe, dass das eine Signalwirkung ist, dass man solche Konflikte eben auch friedlich im Gespräch miteinander klären kann. Und hoffe, dass da beide Seiten davon was mitnehmen, damit dieser Konflikt nicht mehr ewig geht. Nun zeige ich euch die beiden Interviews. Wie gesagt, wer das Englische nicht versteht, ich versuche es dann im Nachgang nochmal zusammenzufassen auf Deutsch und wünsche euch dabei jetzt erstmal viel Spaß. First of all, why are you protesting?
We are here, our main goal is to return back to our studies and return students to high schools and to universities so they can continue their studies and the country itself can progress.
Okay, so meaning the other protesters on the other side are closing the universities, or what is happening there? What are their objectives?
Correct. They did have 4 initiatives which we have fulfilled, the government has fulfilled, sorry, and they're still protesting and they're coming here and sending us, they're resulting to violence and they're coming here and arguing with us. And we're here just with a peaceful protest just so we can return back to our studies and reopen the schools and universities.
Yeah, you mentioned that not only the universities but also the high schools are closed. Isn't that a bit strange? I mean, the pupils, the young people should be not suffering under this protest, right?
Correct, I completely agree. As the young generation, they need to stay in school as education is extremely significant for improvement in a country and progression. Without high school students and them going to school and furthering their education, we cannot progress as a country itself.
Okay. But that means that your protest is not really political in the terms of you're not for or against a party, you are not pro or against the president, you are neither pro or against the EU, but you just want the universities and schools to be reopened, right?
Correct, that is correct. I mean, in the end of the day, everyone has the right, as a democratic state in Serbia, to vote for whoever they want. That is democracy in the day, and our goal here is just to reopen up the schools and continue our studies so we can further develop our country and our knowledge itself.
Yeah. The other side is claiming that you are getting paid to protest here on the camp. Is that true?
I'll be completely honest, I haven't received €1 or a dinar since day one, since I've been here, and I will still not getting paid. I do this out of my own kindness and the support I need to give to students and as well as the government to reopen up those schools, because education in the end of the day is significant for a progression as a country, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, sure. I can fully understand that. So the security, I've been there also here on the weekend, and you too, and the security situation was quite stressed, to say it politely. So there has a wall of two walls actually of tractors built around or set up around your camp. Who has done that?
Here everyone's allowed to come into the park. We just don't want it to result into violence or arguments from the other sides. Everyone's welcome in here and we tell them on a daily basis. Those fences are pretty much just to prevent those people who are coming here to result into violence, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah. So the tractors are from farmers, or who has brought them in?
Correct. It's from local farmers as well as from the University of Architecture, which are in charge of that. So they brought some students were able to bring tractors here themselves, as well as some local farmers to bring the tractors here and show the support from architectural students.
I see. Despite the tractors, there has been a lot of violence on the weekend. What have you noticed?
What I noticed is there has been a lot of violence. You are correct about that. As here we are told, and I keep telling people not to resort to violence. Violence is not a key to anything and will just worsen the situation itself. Here as a democratic state, as I mentioned, we all have the right to vote for whoever we want. We have the right to think whoever is best fit to be president in the end of the day, and that's just our thoughts. But at the end of the day, our goal is here to reopen the universities, and that is all.
Yeah, and so I have seen a lot of bottles being thrown from the street into the camp. I've seen bengalos or fireworks being thrown from the street into the camp. I've seen protesters on the streets, not from the camp, which have destroyed the tractors, the glasses, the windows, the motor engines, and also the tires. I have not seen anybody from the camp throwing anything back or something like that. Why are those protesters outside, from your point of view, so violent?
That I'm not sure. Maybe it's the organizer that's organizing me to do that. I cannot speak on that fully. But as I said, here, our protests, we try to be as peaceful as possible and not to result into violence.
Yeah.
The tractors, the other day, I spoke with a gentleman outside of the fence, and he told me that he was one of the organizers that resulted into actually breaking that glass, I was really shocked. And I asked him why. He says, well, the government put them there to block us out. I said, this is a public park. Everyone's allowed to come in and out, just as long as we don't result into violence in the end of the day. That's all.
Wow. So one of the organizers of the students' protest up on the streets was destroying the tractors himself.
That's what he told me. Of course, maybe I believe him, maybe I don't. That's what he told me the other day. I don't know if it's true or not, but he personally told me that last night. In the end of the day, I told him there's no need for violence. In the end of the day, we all want a country that will progress in the future. Schools need to reopen and just progress itself for a better future for the for the youth, for the younger generation.
Yeah. So the other side, that's very interesting. The other side claims, though, that you are sending provocateurs on the streets to do all those violence. Are you sending any provocateurs on the streets to do those attacks?
I do not think so. I'm here. I was here since day one.
Yeah.
I know everyone here. Those people that are outside the gate and breaking those tractors are not our people, and I'll be completely honest with that. I know everyone here. I see them on daily basis, and I will tell you it's not the case.
Yeah. I thought so. But there has been a lot of police around.
Не снима мене, само
There has been a lot of police over on the weekend here to protect your camp, and still there were a lot of attacks. How do you felt during those attacks?
Like I said, we try to be as peaceful as possible. In the end of the day, if someone does attack us, we do have the right to defend ourselves, as every other country in the world.
But how were your feelings when your camp was attacked?
Yes, we were pretty scared, I'll be completely honest, but in the end of the day, we as Serbians, we like to stand our ground and defend what's ours. We like to defend our country and support progression, and as well as progress for our future, for a better future, fight for a better future.
I was surprised that the police remained very, very calm, very defensive. Even though they were thrown bottles at, no one from the police really defended himself or herself. For me, that was completely unexpected. In Germany, the police would have attacked those demonstrators. Is this usual in Serbia, or was it also surprising to you?
It was not surprising. The police's job in the end of the day is to support and help its people. And that's what they did that day. So they did not result into violence, and that just shows how functional our country itself is in the end of the day, and how our police, safety, economy-wise, the whole country itself works in the end of the day. We work on peace and progression, nothing else.
I see. And there was one particular incident I want to ask you. I'm referring to the sound cannon incident. So it was supposed to be very close to the camp, namely the next street down there. Have you noticed anything? Have you heard anything? Have you seen it yourself?
I'll be completely honest, no. If there was what is called the sound cannon, I'm pretty sure we in here would have felt it as well.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm really shocked when I'm reading the news right now and I see people say we use the sound cannon. Not we as maybe the government or even the opposition. Who knows who used it, or if it was even being used in the other day. I know in the news they said that they will bring FBI into this and check if the sound cannon was actually used or not. But in the end of the day, I feel like if it was used, we as protesters in this park, we would have felt something or even heard something.
Yeah, at least heard, I think so, because it was really the next street, and quite some parts between this park and the street are open, so there are no buildings between the park and the street, so I guess you should have heard something. Anyways, last question. Since the other side has announced that they will keep on protesting, so what are your plans for the next weeks, or what do you think? How long does this continue?
Our protest itself, we will stay here until our incentives are fulfilled, which is in the end of the day just to return back to school and reopen the schools as, for students to return back to their studies. For the other protests, they do have the right to protest, and we have nothing against that. We do like people who go out to protest for a better future, of course, as long as it does not result into violence. That's the main part.
I see. So, but you don't have particular plans. You just stay here peacefully and protest for the universities and high schools to be reopened, right?
Correct. We will stay here until our incentives are completed or fulfilled by the government, of course, and until then we will stay put and wait until those have been fulfilled. Correct.
And you have mentioned earlier, we had a talk before the interview, you have mentioned that you also asked for the resignment of one minister. Who and why?
It was I believe, the Minister of Education. We believe she was not doing her job as a Minister of Education to not open the schools. The schools have been blocked now for months, and that's putting the country itself in a very risky and horrible place. Yeah. We need a country that's going to progress economically as well as educationally as well. Students need to progress mentally and help the country itself progress in the end of the day.
Before you joined our group, there was actually something happening very nice, and I was really glad to see it, because I came on the camp with 3 girls from the high school, which were actually supporting the other side. So I came here on the camp with the three girls, and of course guys here from this camp were, let's say, surrounding us, but in a nice way. A little bit, they were provoked. They had been provoked here, the camp protesters, but they were still kind and not aggressive. But then something happened which was really nice for me to watch. They started discussing, talking to each other, you know. Of course, they had different opinions about those topics, but they were not fighting. There was no violence, but they were just talking to each other, discussing topics with each other, and my heart was overwhelming, you know. I thought, oh great, they are talking, they are not fighting anymore. Do you think that is there a chance that you can resolve the situation, both sides together, by sitting together on a round table and discuss this?
Correct. Yes, I believe we can. As I said, I did see those girls come in, and I spoke with them for a few minutes, and we had a very wonderful conversation, if I can say. They spoke their side, I spoke mine. Of course, we all have different views, and that's completely fine. In the end of the day, we are a democratic state. But I believe it is able to resolve if we both just sit together and work together for a better future and for justice as well as to see for progression of a state. As I said, in the end of the day, our goal here in this park is to reopen the universities and high schools itself for students to return back to their studies.
So I wish you all good luck for that. I hope you will resolve that in a peaceful way. And by the way, I have to just agree with you, even though I want to be neutral, but I have to agree in one point definitely. It is very democratic the way you can demonstrate here, you can protest here. You would have no chance in Germany to protest even slightly in this way as you can do here in Serbia. In Germany, it's so overregulated. You have regulations for everything. When you want to protest, you can hardly protest in a free way at all. So if I were you, I would really appreciate how openly, how freely and unrestricted you can protest here. So I wish you good luck, and maybe we see each other again. I have just heard plans from the other side that there will be something on the 28th of March, so maybe I will be back then. Good luck, and thank you again for the interview.
Thank you. Answer the conversation before this. The problem is we only have both sides, two sides. Like if you are not on first side, you are on the second, but. That's on the pitch, you know.
Yeah, that's black and white.
Yeah.
But there are grey shades.
Yeah, but we have like some other colors and.
Exactly, there are grey shades in between, black and white, and even we should have neutral people as well. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But here's the problem because on the both sides you have extremists who like provocate us, and that's the problem because we cannot talk like now with other side because no one wants to talk with someone who provoke them.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And here's the point. Or I assume, because this hatred has gone for such a long time, 3 months now, 4 months now.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, both sides are so confronted. Both sides are so much of hate against each other now that it's difficult for them to talk to the other side, right?
Yeah.
Could that be the reason?
Yeah, maybe, but could we move?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, but the problem is like no one wants to talk. Like actually, especially me, I want to talk with all people like here because they are normal, and it's not a problem when someone asks why or something like that to dialogue with other side, but the problem is when first or second side tries to I cannot tries to go on other side if you understand me.
Yeah.
And that's the problem because all people need dialogue and
Exactly, and that's why I love the situation here right now. I just explain it to the viewers in German quickly. Was hier gerade passiert ist, ich bin mit Studentendemonstranten auf das Camp der Pro-Vucic-Demonstranten gegangen und hier rumgegangen und
No, we are not pro-Vucic.
No, what are you? Sorry.
I'm the student who wants to study, but I cannot because the universities are blocked by other side.
Ah, okay. I thought this camp is a pro-Vucic camp.
No, it's not a pro-Vucic camp. It's a camp for people who wants the rights. The first right in Serbia is you could do whatever you want. I want to study, but I cannot because other side wants to block universities and something like that. That's the point. We are not here for politics or something like that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, so it's a completely different story. But one of those guys were offended by the anti-Vucic button.
Yeah, a lot of people attack us for politics, that we are like for some political side and political organization, but we are not actually. It's the battle for us and for better future, because I spend my time here. What I'm doing right now, I spend my time. Why? Because I want it. Because other side doesn't give me a chance to study and to finish my university.
I see. So that's very interesting. So what are the main different targets or objectives between you and the anti-Vucic or the student demonstration? Yeah, the different objectives.
Different.
I mean, they want, as far as I know, they want to stop the corruption.
No, we now talk to only students.
Yeah.
The students protest across the line of the park.
Yeah.
They want to. They have 5 or 4 activities what they want to change in country, and that's something to have bigger money for universities, and yeah, they are cheering right now. bigger money for universities, but that's not the first and the biggest thing. They want to change political situation because the information from inside, because I have friends aboard, not aboard like across the line. The first and the biggest thing is to change political situation, like because they have a deal with some political parties, like other parties, and I actually don't like it because I'm not here for politics, and students. It's not a thing for students to be in politics. For me, for students is the thing for students is to study and to finish studies, to go to work or something bigger.
Okay. So are all those protesters here on the camp here just to protest for their studies, to finish their studies, or what is?
Side,
no, here on the camp. What are they? Are they all students? And
the point is to we protesting now in a camp because we're protesting against other side, because other side blocking or something like that studies in universities. They don't give entries to universities, and we're protesting for that, because we want to study, but we don't have an option because other side blocked the universities. The university.
That's clear. I just have to release my arm a little bit, relax my arm a little bit. Sorry. So here regarding the camp again. Are there any other protesters here on the camp with different targets or different objectives, different goals?
Yeah, to find the answer for people who actually in Belgrade. You have Belgrade is the biggest city in Serbia with the most universities, like here. And a lot of people from inside, like from Niš and Novi Sad, Kragujevac, and something like that. Even Montenegro, Bar, and the people from Bar and Budva came to Belgrade to study, and they pay for rent. And now they just spend money for rent because no one from my side. From the people who want to study don't know when we will start again on universities.
I see. Yeah. And so the other side.
I need to tell something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because my grammar English is not perfect, and
that's okay. That's okay. Really, no problem. We figured out.
You understand?
Yes, I get the main point, of course. Yeah. So the other side claims that you are being paid here for the protest.
Yeah, that is not true. The information from inside, like, is that students who block universities, they are actually paid from USAID and a lot of that stuff, because they want to destabilize Serbia. And even, like if in some country you don't have educational system doing well, you will have stupid people, or you don't go on the future, Yeah. And that's the point. We are not paid or something like that. I'm here because I want to study, and me, like me, I was donate some stuff for other people, because here in the camp is my friend from Budva, and she's like paying rent here, and it's very hard when you are young and in other city with no parents.
So just an explanation for my viewers. Ich halte die Kamera zu mir, das ist unsere Abmachung. Ich darf ihn nicht filmen, nur seine Stimme aufnehmen. So there has been set up a wall of 2 lines of tractors, 2 walls of tractors around the camp. Who has set this up and why?
Tractors. I don't know actually. Actually, I know the people from villages who want to defend us. Now you see the provocator who watching camp, but whatever. The tractors are here because may we move on because they speak so loud.
Okay. Yeah.
We actually, I have information from my my village. Actually, my parents are from that village. Grandparents, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
They came here with tractors. My grandparents and a lot of people who want to give like
Support?
support. Yeah, support, to give support for us. And because of danger, a lot of extremists from other side
Yeah.
wants to destroy a camp, and me and my friends have some messages in DMs and inbox where they talk about murdering us and something like that. Yeah. And I actually want to ask if someone from other side watched this. Why are you doing that? I'm not paid. I just want to study. If you make a situation that I could study and I could doing tests in universities, I'm gone from the camp because that's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah, that's your main purpose, sure.
Yeah.
So your grandparents have they have given one tractor here to the
one
wall
tractor.
for free.
Yeah, for free, just to stay here. If you want, we can move to the tractors because I think of 50 or 40 tractors who are here. Dimitri.
Sorry?
No, just ask for money. 40 or 50 tractors from here are destroyed. Of 40 tractors, 30 or 35 are destroyed totally, like with no wheels, with no glass.
Yeah.
Totally destroyed.
Have to go a little bit aside. Yeah. Okay. So meaning that the tractors which belong to private families
are destroyed, but
have been destroyed. So those families have now a financial loss, basically.
Yeah. They now, actually my grandparents doing some stuff like with apples and like that, and now I don't know actually how they will return their money because some hooligans do the shit to them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my bad words, but
that's okay.
I'm actually angry because my grandparents work so hard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Okay, I see. So when I arrived here, the other protesters, not you were friendly, but the other protesters on the camp were very angry and hateful towards me, even though I explained that I'm a journalist. So why were they so angry? What do you think?
To the park because a lot of people want to film me.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Actually, people are angry because no one wants to be filmed, like, and we have. And
Just the sun. Wait a second. This way.
Yeah.
Because of the sun.
Yeah, because other side are angry because we are here. They don't actually understand and they don't listen what we want. And they are angry. And maybe if someone film me, I will when this camp is gone because of universities came to work again, I will exit from here. And what happened to me, like violence, bullying, and because I'm here, and because of that no one wants to be filmed. Actually it's my reason, my personal reason, but the other people are angry because it provocates, and a lot of people provocate us because they don't listen to us. They don't actually understand. You see, like 10 minutes ago, when before we start this interview, I was talk friendly with other side because they are normal. They want to listen what we want and why to explain, only to explain, and that's okay. I want to talk to anyone who is friendly and who wants to listen to the dialogue.
Okay, thank you very much for the interview. So can you tell them... Liebe Freunde der Freiheit, und wie ihr das schon von mir gewohnt seid, werde ich für all diejenigen von euch, die dem Englischen nicht so mächtig sind, beide Interviews jetzt mal in deutschen Worten, aber mit meinen eigenen Worten natürlich zusammenfassen, also nicht für Wort für Wort übersetzen, sondern zusammenfassen. Also ein ganz wichtiger Punkt, den beide Demonstranten dort auf dem Camp übereinstimmend gesagt haben, war, dass sie nicht pro Vučić oder pro SNS, das ist die Regierungspartei, Vučićs Regierungspartei, sind. Also sie sind nicht, sie sind quasi parteilose Demonstranten. Sie demonstrieren nicht für oder gegen den Präsidenten, für oder gegen eine Partei, sondern sie demonstrieren dafür, dass die Universitäten und die Oberschulen wieder geschlossen werden, weil diese eben aufgrund der Anti-Vučić-Demonstrationen geschlossen sind und die Demonstranten, also die Studenten, nicht studieren können. Das betrifft vor allen Dingen, das war jetzt nicht aus dem Interview, aber es ist aus einem anderen Interview, aus einem anderen Gespräch, woraus ich noch kein Interview gemacht habe, weil es dort eigentlich um die Schallkanonen ging, aber es passt eben hier gut mit rein. Diese Schließung betrifft die öffentlichen Universitäten und Oberschulen, nicht die privaten. Also auch noch ein ganz wichtiger Punkt. Also die privaten, die Studenten an privaten Universitäten, die es sich also leisten können, an einer privaten Universität zu studieren, die können weiter zur Universität gehen, die können weiter studieren, weil die weiterhin ihren Betrieb aufrechterhalten. Das heißt, es betrifft also vor allen Dingen, würde ich jetzt mal so behaupten, die nicht ganz so einkommensstarken Haushalte und demzufolge auch Studenten. Deren Ziel ist es deswegen eben nicht, dass Vučić unbedingt an der Macht bleiben soll oder die SNS-Partei an der Macht bleiben soll, sondern nur die Öffnung der Universitäten und Oberschulen. Und ein Punkt, wo sie dann doch ein bisschen politisch werden, ist, sie fordern den Rücktritt der Kultusministerin, weil sie der Meinung sind, dass diese ihrer Aufgabe nicht gerecht wird, weil eben schon seit Monaten die Universitäten und Oberschulen geschlossen sind. Beide sagen auch, dass sie für diese Proteste keinen Cent bekommen. Das heißt, sie werden nicht bezahlt, und ich finde das hier ganz lustig, denn das ist ja ein Vorwurf, den beide Seiten jeweils der anderen Seite machen. Dass auf der anderen Seite diejenigen, die Demonstranten dafür bezahlt werden, und dort Provokateure wären auf der anderen Seite. Das sind also beide so Vorwürfe, die jeweils die eine Seite der jeweils anderen Seite macht. Also das überrascht mich nicht. Aber hier haben auch andere, mit denen ich abseits der Kamera gesprochen habe, haben ja ganz einstimmig auch immer gesagt, dass sie keinen Cent dafür bekommen. Und die Traktoren, das sind quasi Spenden der Bauern, der lokalen, der regionalen, der serbischen Bauern gewesen, die also hier ihre eigenen privaten Traktoren zur Verfügung gestellt haben. Und wie ihr im zweiten Interview ganz klar gehört habt, wissen diese Bauern jetzt auch nicht wirklich, wie sie jetzt noch in dieser Saison ihre Felder bestellen sollen und Ernten einbringen sollen, jetzt wo ihre Traktoren zerstört sind. Im ersten Interview hat er auch konkrete Zahlen genannt. Ich habe die jetzt nicht mehr ganz im Kopf, aber ich glaube 35 oder 45 Traktoren wurden komplett zerstört, sind also Totalschaden, kann man überhaupt nicht mehr wiederherstellen. Und nochmal ähnlich viele, wie gesagt, ich habe die Zahlen gerade nicht mehr genau im Kopf, nochmal ähnlich viele sind sehr stark, extrem stark zerstört, sodass der Schaden also auch schon immens ist. Beide haben auch gesagt, dass sie friedlich demonstrieren wollen. Das haben, wie gesagt, auch andere Stimmen aus dem Camp, mit denen ich abseits der Kamera gesprochen habe, gesagt. Das habe ich auch in dem Camp selber gespürt. Auch wenn die natürlich aufgrund der 3 Schulmädchen dort mit ihren Buttons und so nicht erfreut darüber waren, dass wir aufs Camp gekommen sind, waren sie aber trotzdem friedlich. Und so, das ist ja auch das, was ich am Wochenende gefilmt habe. Die Gewalt ging eindeutig von den Studenten auf der Straße aus, in jeder Form. Und es kam keinerlei Gewalt zurück von der Seite des Camps. Und die Polizei war sehr, sehr, sehr zurückhaltend. Und da sagte der erste Interviewpartner dann eben, dass das hier ihre Aufgabe ist. Denn sie wollen ja nicht gegen das eigene Volk vorgehen, sondern sie wollen nur, dass die Gewalt nicht eskaliert. Und genauso hat sich die Polizei auch verhalten. Und das ist auch ein weiterer Punkt, warum der Einsatz einer Schallkanone von Seiten der Polizei überhaupt gar keinen Sinn gemacht hätte. Aber darauf gehen wir dann, wie gesagt, nochmal in einem anderen Interview ein, wenn es um die Schallkanone geht. Zu den Plänen oder wie es weitergehen soll, haben sie beide quasi gesagt, sie haben keine konkreten Pläne, aber sie werden so lange weitermachen, bis die Universitäten und Oberschulen wieder geöffnet sind, weil das ihre Forderungen sind. Ja. Den ersten Interviewpartner hatte ich dann auch noch zum Thema Schallkanone gefragt, denn nach übereinstimmenden Berichten mehrerer Zeugen, Opfer und auch Opfer, die ich mittlerweile gefragt habe, wurde diese Schallkanone unmittelbar vor dem Camp auf dieser Straße davor quasi oder unterhalb, sagen wir es mal so, gezündet, wenn man das so, oder gestartet, initiiert, wenn man das so sagen darf. Das heißt, auf Seiten des Camps hätte man definitiv irgendwas hören müssen. Es ist nahezu ausgeschlossen aufgrund der architektonischen Lage dort, dass in dem Camp das komplett ungehört bleiben konnte. Und beide und auch alle anderen Demonstranten im Camp, die ich gefragt hatte, haben aber überhaupt nichts dergleichen gehört. Das möchte ich und auch nicht gesehen. Das möchte ich an der Stelle nur noch mal erwähnen, weil wir das später, wenn es dann in dem nächsten Video noch mal ganz speziell um die Schallkanone geht, in Erinnerung behalten sollten. Und den ersten Interviewpartner hatte ich dann noch abschließend gefragt, weil er so gut Englisch konnte ich dem ein paar mehr Fragen stellen. Den hatte ich dann also noch gefragt, dieses Beispiel genannt, wie ich also dort mit den 3 Schulmädchen auf das Gelände gekommen bin und dass sich dann dort ein wunderbarer Dialog entfaltet hat. Und habe ihn gefragt, ob er die Chance sieht, dass das vielleicht noch friedlich mit einem Dialog enden kann, dieser Protest. Und er war tatsächlich optimistisch und hat sich das zumindest gewünscht, dass es auf diese Art und Weise dieser Konflikt behoben oder aufgelöst werden kann, sodass sie dann auch wieder weiter studieren können. Das soll es gewesen sein. Ich hoffe, euch haben die Interviews gefallen. Ich war auf jeden Fall sehr erfreut, dass ich es geschafft habe, doch noch auf das Camp zu kommen, trotz der vielen Polizei- und Sicherheitskräfte, die dort das Camp beschützen, auch immer noch beschützen. Und ich muss sagen, die Stimmung war dort insgesamt dann sehr locker, als erstmal aufgeklärt war, warum ich dort, wer ich bin und was ich mache und was ich denn will. Ich muss auch hier an der Stelle will ich noch einmal betonen, das ist auch ein ganz lustiger Fakt oder Punkt. Beide Seiten werfen sich gegenseitig ja immer Gewalt vor und sagen, das sind immer die Bösen, die sind gewalttätig und passt bei denen auf. Und also das werfen sich tatsächlich beide Seiten vor und ich war ja auf beiden Seiten. Als Neutraler ist es tatsächlich auf beiden Seiten recht ungefährlich gewesen, wobei ich aber natürlich ganz klar sagen muss, das, was an Gewalt zu sehen war, kam immer von der Straße und nicht aus dem Camp. In diesem Sinne wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Tag und wir hören uns dann wieder, wahrscheinlich voraussichtlich als nächstes zum Thema Schallkanonen. Ich bin jetzt schon auf dem Weg nach Hause. Wie ihr unschwer erkennen könnt, bin ich im Auto unterwegs. Denn am Samstag haben wir ja eine eigene Demo in Dresden. Ich freue mich, euch dort alle um 14 Uhr auf dem Neumarkt zu sehen. Hoffe, ihr seid alle mit dabei, damit wir in Deutschland verhindern, dass wir in diesen Krieg, der uns eigentlich gar nichts angeht, in diesen Stellvertreterkrieg noch weiter hineingezogen werden. Und vor allen Dingen, genauso wie bei den Camp-Protestern, er sagte das ja mehrfach sehr gut, wollen wir ja nicht, dass unsere Zukunft und unsere Wirtschaft ruiniert wird und unsere zukünftigen Generationen nicht in Schulden ersticken. Deswegen lasst uns alle gemeinsam 14 Uhr auf dem Neumarkt am Samstag in Dresden ein Zeichen setzen. Dresden für Frieden. Macht's gut.